Hey guys, this is going to be about the FiiO FH3. So I'll start off. I did an unboxing video on this. You can check that out for everything it comes with and how that experience goes. I can tell you, if you don't want to look at that, the experience is excellent. They have a beautiful package. They come in the package in this like heart-shaped, kind of like that in the box where it's got this kind of heart shape to it. The comes with great accessories. Only one cable, which is fine. Comes with a very nice cable. I really like this cable. It's got that shiny look. It when you first see it, you're like, oh crap, it's one of those sticky cables, but it's not at all. It's very smooth. It stays straight. It does not kink. That came out of the box, right away. It was kind of straight, no kinks. Nice L connector there. I really like these. When you're listening with DAPs, instead of it sticking straight out the bottom, it comes off the sides, so it's just comfortable. You can hold it really easily like that without this thing sticking down that's going to get snapped off. So I enjoy L connectors. Again, cable's great. MMCX connectors, which I like. There's things about them I like. I like how you can twist this, so you can change that angle of how this is attacking your earlobe and how this is hooking onto your earlobe. I enjoy that. Cable's really nice. Has very nice little anodized metal connectors, so right and left right away. Build on these is very nice, very nice. Just what I would expect from FiiO. They do a great job on this kind of stuff. Let's take that off. The nozzle, not too big, fits in my ear really nice. The shape, the whole thing, very, very comfortable. Yeah, I was very impressed with these as far as fit goes and finish and quality. I mean, they're simple. There's nothing fancy about them, but they're understated kind of good looks, right? So yeah, I really like these as far as that goes. And like I mentioned, you get this, this hard case with tips and a soft pouch, a great cable. The package overall is fantastic. And if you saw my TFC King edition video, you'll know. I mean, these are $10 more than those. They sound better, and they come with a freaking fantastic group of accessories. These are absolutely a better buy than those TFC Kings, just on accessories alone. Right. So if you want a nice new cable, MMCX, and a nice little case and a bunch of stuff like that, and the IEMs, or you want something that sounds pretty decent, I mean, this is it, right? So before I go too much ahead of myself, so build is great, accessories are great, unboxing experience is good, sound quality, and that's where things got a little muddy for me, kind of like literally muddy. They sound good. Typical with FiiO products is that they have kind of a safe tuning, and that's what I've heard with other FiiO products. And I heard the FH5s, and I really liked them. They had great bass. They had good detail. I just don't feel excited by their IEMs, and I wish I could. I wish that wasn't true, because this is such an excellent package for the price that, I wish it was. So here's the thing. I've got friends that have these and really love them. So I wanted to be careful, and I really listened to these carefully. I listened a lot. Now, it could be that because of, me having this channel and reviewing a lot of stuff, that I'm a little jaded, right? I was listening to the FiiO audio of the Monarch, which obviously is no comparison, right? We're talking $600 more. And FiiO audio is known for making things that play up much higher than what they cost. So that's definitely not a fair comparison. But I have to keep in the back of my mind that I was listening to that, right? And so at the same time, in fact, that's the one I listened to for my own time, my own pleasure. Same thing with the Fearless Audio Tequila. And both of those have incredible resolution and detail and excellent timbre. The FiiO had okay timbre. Wasn't great, but it was okay. The FH3. Detail was there. I could hear the detail. It was a little bit subdued, but it was definitely there. Upper range, I could was decent. I could hear cymbals really well, just like on songs that I test with, like um, Miles Davis, Flamenco Sketches. That's one of the songs I like to use. There's a lot of cymbal work in there that's really nice. A lot of horn work in there that I really like, both trumpet and saxophone. Um, the Diana Krall, I use her a lot for female vocal, and just even the music, the musicians that are playing instruments in her songs are also top notch, and the recordings are almost always really good. So that's another one I use. Amanda Martinez, another one, super high quality recording on that, especially on her album Amore. I use that a lot. I like to use, some heavy metal and rock, Led Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin once in a while. They don't have a lot of good recordings, honestly. Even I've got some remastered stuff by them, and it's still not very good as far as overall recording quality. Um, uh, Metallica, um, Ride the Lightning. That album, I feel like was recorded really well, and a lot of good songs in there to test with. Bridge of Sighs by Robin Trower, who Robin Trower is one of my favorite like 70s you know, old guy rock people, right? I just his stuff is fantastic. I've always loved it. And Bridge of Sighs is an exception because it's great for imaging because it has a lot of sounds that come back and forth around your head. And a lot of cymbal and gongs and other crazy things in there. And it's just really nice to listen to when you're testing things out. And also recorded really well. So the thing about these, the thing that kind of put me off, like I said, treble was good, detail was good, vocals were very good. The mid range was very nice. I like listening to these. There's no problem. I never went, oh, these suck. No, these sound really good. Um, but I felt like there was a veil over it, and I kept hearing that. And I thought, is that just me? Is it because I was listening to these a lot, and I tried different IEMs. I tried desktop amp. Um, and as you may know, I like to use DAPs mostly when I'm testing these things because really that's how people are going to use them. They're going to listen to them on their phone with a little amp, or they're going to try to use it just on their phone, or they're going to use a DAP, right? I mean, that's the typical way. You're not really going to sit in front of your stereo with these. These are meant to be portable, so you can kind of go sit anywhere you want or walk around with them, right? Um, so I kept hearing this. It felt like a cloud over the music, like there was something covering up everything, like a layer above it. I don't know how to explain it to you. I took these. So what I did was I had I had the Cayenne. I was using that as well. So I had the Cayenne there, and I had the TFC King, and I had the FiiO FH3, and I even had the Blondes. I tried that, and I had them all just sitting there, and I would just unplug the cable, plug put the IEMs in, plug in the cable, and on and on and on with back and forth around, with the three different ones or four different ones. And I, every time I got to these, they sounded good. Like they sound way better than the TFC King. I mean, forget it. Those things are, well, you can see that review. These are way better than the TFC King for sure. Sound wise, everything. But the thing that I got was that there just wasn't the clarity to these that there was to the other IEMs I tested. And it was just a little bit off, but it was enough that I really noticed it when I switched back and forth. If you're not switching back and forth, and you're just going to listen to these, if you're just buying a pair of IEMs and you only buy a pair a year or a few months or something, and you're going to listen to these a lot and they'll be your only ones for a while, then you know what, your brain's going to adjust and these are going to sound great to you, I think. But switching back and forth between different IEMs, there was this like shroud over the music that I heard, or didn't hear, however you want to view that. Um, and that bugged me because I was like, God, I want these to be perfect because they have such a great package for 120. I'm still going to tell you, for 129 bucks, these are totally worth the price. I mean, the build quality is fantastic. The accessories are fantastic. They sound very good, albeit I like things to be not so safe. I like to be excited by my music, and I like that clarity and sparkle in music. That I get with some IEMs, and I didn't get that with these, but I did get overall very good bass, very good mids. Treble was there, detail was there, just not as clear as I would like. and I didn't feel like they had the clarity and sparkle that I'm looking for. But I definitely feel like they're worth 129 bucks. I just wish they would, you know, I, I wish they would find a way to bump up the tuning in that 4K range. I think it's the 4 to 6K range that gives you that kind of clarity, right? And maybe if they tune that up just a little bit, they might get that. I don't know. I'm not a IEM designer or an engineer, so I'm not an expert on how to do that, but I know what I've read about them. Um, yeah, so overall, I think these are a great package, right? I mean, you can't beat what they give you, right? You get the really nice cable. Comes in this box, that heart-shaped thing. Comes with this nice plastic case with a soft case inside of it that you can take out. Has a bunch of tips. Nice magnetic latching box. If you want to store some stuff in it afterwards. So I mean, the package is great. It really is. For 129 bucks, you can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. I just didn't feel like they had the clarity that I was looking for. But overall, bass was decent, mids were decent, and they have a vent hole on them, and I didn't cover it up. I think these were the ones that had a vent hole, right? Yeah, there we go. So there's a vent hole right there by the earpiece. I didn't cover that up at all, so you can see that I like to use tips that are fairly open and don't block the sound tube at all, the nozzle. And I want the IEM to produce the sound it's producing without trying to modify it through tips. Tips for me are more about comfort and sound isolation, like blocking out outside sounds and getting a good seal. Because with a good seal in your ear, you get much better bass. And the IEM can do what it was designed to do. So, and I've used tips that with a smaller hole to try and increase the bass. The problem I find is that it changes other frequencies and changes overall characteristics. And sometimes that works for you, and sometimes it doesn't. Um, I think it should sound, as good as it's going to sound, just like that. But obviously, you're not going to get a seal on your ear, and it's not going to be comfortable. So I use tips that are just don't block the sound. I find spiral dots to be um, to work really well for me on a lot of IEMs. So anyway, back to that was off on a tangent. Um, yeah, so these are a really good buy at 129 bucks. They don't have the kind of clarity that I like. I did feel there was a little bit of a veil over the music, but you may not find that to be true. That was just my experience in comparing it with a lot of other stuff. So I hope that this helps you out. Have a great new year, and we'll see you soon.